How are you today?
Wonderful.
Oh, good. I wanted to talk to you, whilst you're here in Gabala, a little bit about the road to Rio and what you've been doing in training.
Been doing a lot of stuff. This year's been really tough. We had our first competitions in January and basically just a lot of competitions ever since then. Here we are in August and I still have a month to go until the season's over. As far as training goes, basically the same things like I always do. I have different blocks in my training. I usually start sometime in the autumn or fall, start my build-up, a lot of shots, a lot of time, equipment changes, things like that. Once I get into the competition season, then I'm more basically building up for the competitions, doing more competition training, more specific things, maybe fixing any little tiny problems that I might have so I can go into the competitions feeling sharp. On top of that, my normal days I'm on the range by probably 8:30. Train until about 11:30 or noon, take a little bit of a break for lunch, and then usually in the afternoon some kind of physical workout. And that could be anything from running or cycling, in the wintertime maybe even cross-country skiing, or weightlifting or some type of strength exercises for my body.
Okay, and with so much physical training, how do you prepare mentally?
Mentally, that really depends. Depends on the time of year. Like basically when I'm actually training, I try to incorporate different drills into my training that train the mind. So I'm also shooting bullets, of course, and training my physical aspects. But on top of that, I'm training the mind to prepare for what I want to do in competition. On top of that, I read a lot. I read different sports books. I read things about just general like life things that might help someone in managing their personal life or just like happiness, things like that, as well as mental training books. I just like to see what's out there and what different people think about different aspects of the game and see if there's anything I can learn. On top of that, like I do things like visualization, meditation, not as often as maybe I should, but I do those things. I think you have to.
Okay, great. And what tips would you give newer shooters?
Newer shooters? Well, a lot of tips, honestly, but probably for your younger folks, I would say, shoot a lot, number one. You don't get good at anything unless you put a lot of time in. That's a given. On top of that, I would say just try to be a student of the sport. Learn as much as you possibly can. The more you learn, the more you train, something good's going to happen.
That's brilliant. Thanks ever so much and good luck.
Thanks.